to my closet. Today we're talking autumn style, which is my favorite. You know, it's the time of year when you can start working on your knitwear and you can start layering things, and it's just so fun. So I spend a lot of time thinking about things that I want to make. I knit, sew, and crochet, and then how I want to like style them with pieces that are already in my wardrobe, going on Pinterest and finding like things that I want to hunt down on Vinted in order to bring these outfit ideas to life. So I'm going to do a bit of like bringing that all together with you today, talking about recent Vinted finds, recent things that I've made, as well as like other knit and crochet sewing patterns that I haven't made yet that I want to kind of again bring this autumn vision to life. Of course, it is all categorized because we are organized material girls over here. First up, what I'm going to be all over this autumn is shirred fabric. Love shirred fabric. I just think it's the perfect way to make any outfit interesting while still being super comfortable. Rarely zippers involved because it's stretchy, which I love. I want to learn how to sew it, and I have done zero research to understand how hard this is, how time involved it is. I get the vibe that it must at least be a bit time consuming because there are so many lines. I can see how many lines are sewed on these pieces, but a pattern that I'm looking into doing in order to learn is by Me Made Mina, this gorgeous dress, which I think will be so good for layering in the fall, either like putting a turtleneck underneath it or wearing any number of jackets over it. So cute. I'm thinking with like tall riding boots as well. Pieces that I already have in this shirred fabric range that are going to be getting a lot of wear from me. This Opera Studios top, which I love, of course, the color on it, and from like a sewist note, I think this is so inspiring. I haven't hemmed any of the edges. It's all these like lettuce hems that are just done with the contrasting colors of a serger, which is so pretty. I mean, look at these sleeves, the way it's like shirred fabric, stretchy, and then it balloons out like that. Gorgeous. My latest Vinted find, which I have already been chatting about, I'm sure. This is a Gandhi top that I found on Vinted. Gorgeous. It's all shirred in the center and then balloons out into these sleeves. And we're going to talk about Western in a few minutes. But I think this is an amazing example of just like a tiny Western detail that is so nice. The point that the cuffs come to is so pretty and subtle and adds, I think, so much to the shirt. Already been to the dry cleaner and back because the first time I wore it out, I was out to eat and someone splashed ketchup on it on my beautiful white shirt. But it's okay, they did a great job getting it out. It's still gorgeous, and I will be wearing the hell out of this. This would not be a knitting inspiration video if we did not take some inspiration from the Scandinavians and their sweaters. What I love about Scandinavian street style is, first of all, it's so simple, it's so comfy, it's very tactical. I moved from the Midwest to London exactly 2 years ago, actually. Grace and I just celebrated our 2-year anniversary in London, which is so exciting. Our style changed a lot out of necessity because here in London, you're out and about all the time, you're on public transportation. Honestly, like, there are times when I'm hanging out with people and we meet up outside or sit outside at a coffee shop or a pub or something, and they don't even see the outfit underneath. Like, you need your outer layer to be cute because that's what, you know, the majority of people as you're walking around and dashing between places are going to be seeing. And so I've grown a great appreciation for like any cute sort of outerwear, any sort of big sweater that can act as like your outerwear without needing another piece over it. Definitely my like tactical Scandi formula for the autumn is just going to be big old sweater, nice pair of jeans, and grandpa sneakers. So buckle in, patterns that I want to make. We have a bit of a journey to go on here. So the stripes inspiration all started when I saw this picture on Instagram, and it's from Sandnes Garn. I loved the pink and the red stripes together. I love pink and red together. If I like it, I go to hunt down the cardigan pattern, and it's not the shape that I wanted at all. Like, the sleeves and just the whole thing is like way oversized. Then I went to Pinterest and I was like, you know what, I think I need a preppier look. Like, I think I like a bit of a tighter cardigan, one that comes right up to the neck so that you can either wear it with one button and then have a shirt underneath it as it kind of like triangles out, or so you can wear it open or wear it closed and have like it be a whole shirt just in a nice shape. Like, it needs to be striped, it needs to be a bit more of a preppy shape. A pattern that I found that I think can do this is the Olga jacket by Petite Knit. I've never actually done a Petite Knit pattern before, but obviously she's all the rage, so this might be my first one. I'm also interested in this pattern because the shoulder seams and like the yoke that it does is a kind that I've never done before, and I think it's so helpful to like see how other designers are approaching different seams and patterns and yokes and whatever. So striped pullovers, lots of good options here. Simone Sweater Light has been on my list forever. I don't know if I'm pronouncing this right, but it's a Scandinavian designer, Stein Erikstad. A picture I think went viral on Pinterest or Instagram or whatever, but I've seen it everywhere. It's gorgeous. This isn't the original designer. I think this is one of the testers, and the color palette is so inspiring. I would never have thought to put these colors together, but it looks so nice. It looks perfect. I'm obsessed with this. Stripe Overload Polo by Spectec Alstrick. Such a cool name, by the way, and I've wanted to do some of their patterns for a long time because they're also cool, and again, haven't done one yet, so this might be my time to dip my toe in. Then the Vanilla Sweater by Hip Knit Shop. I think this one is just a classic. The shape of it, I can just see this being super comfy to like throw on and off all autumn, and it has the stripes, of course. So sweaters, that's part one of the equation. Then we need a good pair of jeans. These are my favorites right now. I think they would be considered like barrel leg jeans, but that almost doesn't even like matter or show when I wear them. That's kind of the point. Like, they just fit me so well that I feel like they just look like those are jeans that I'm wearing. Like, just so in love with them. These are Gani. These are Lisa Says Ga jeans that I found a year or so ago on Vinted, and I love they have this line down the center that I think just adds so much when you put them on. They're such a nice pair of jeans. I'm determined to find a way to wear them all year round. It's confused me for a while just because like it is a lot of white, but I think the cut is so nice. Manifesting that this is going to be one of the jeans in my rotation when it comes to this like sweater jean formula. Last up is some like grandpa looking shoes, and I recently got these Solomons. I did my research. I wanted a pair of, you know, like the Scandinavian street style like super chunky sneakers that you see on Pinterest all the time. I was between New Balances and Solomons to try some on and decided to get these because I just think first of all they're so classic. Like you can style these with literally anything with it just being black and white. They still have some cool sporty details that I think make them look a bit more just like modern and cool, and they're so comfortable. Genuinely, I've been wearing these nearly every single day since I got them like a month or so ago. I don't know what shoes I was wearing before that. Like these are things that I'm grabbing for all the time. I guess that's a good sign that like I filled a genuine hole in my wardrobe. Next up is bubble skirts. I love a bubble skirt and the bit of like texture that it adds. I feel like it's a staple skirt and a staple piece, but instead of just being like a straight skirt or a circle skirt, you puff it up, you add a bit of texture. It's perfect. It just like adds that little bit more of gathering and interest to make a more interesting silhouette, even if it's still in quite a staple color. Loving these for autumn. I've already made two. First one is just this basic black, which again I think is just perfect because it's like anytime I want to wear a black skirt, instead of choosing one of my just like plain straight cut black skirts, do this one. It'll match anything, but the silhouette will immediately be so much more interesting. And then this red gingham one I made as well. This fabric has been like the gift that keeps on giving. I got like a bunch of meters of it at the beginning of the summer because I totally overestimated like how much I would need for the projects that I need to make, but that just means that I now have made a bunch of things in this and they kind of all match, which is cute. So red gingham I think will be a bit of fun to have some color and pattern to play with in this silhouette as well. The only other bubble skirt piece that I currently have in my wardrobe is this dress by Opera Studios. Again, I never shut up about, and I know I've mentioned this I think literally just in my last video as well, but it's gorgeous, it's perfect, it has a bubble skirt. It also has shirred fabric. So we're hitting lots of my autumn inspiration here. One of my autumn goals is to wear my whole wardrobe completely. I think this dress is a great example. Like I got it for myself as like a birthday gift last year. It's gorgeous, and so I think I'm quite precious with it, or I only want to wear it on special occasions, even though I could definitely dress it down to make it like a casual thing just to wear out. Obviously I want to treat my clothes nicely and wear them for a long time and keep them in good shape, but I also want to like wear them often. So that is one of my goals, is like don't be precious with your things, like be nice to them, take good care of them, but wear them. And that being said, I know I already don't shut up about this dress, but I hope I'm yapping about it even more because I'm wearing it constantly. Animal print time, which should not be surprising considering I have a whole cheetah print section of my closet here. A recent make of mine was the Caroline Hunsholt Dolly mini dress. How cute is she? I love the pop of red and obviously felt like I'd hit the jackpot when I found this cheetah fabric in the store. So I made a matching scrunchie. So over here on my little, this is just a candlestick that I put all of my scrunchies on, which I think is actually quite cute. With my little leftover fabric, I made a matching scrunchie. So we have that as well. I think they look so cute together, and I love this red lace. And I said that with the free sewing pattern that is available on the Material Girls YouTube channel. I will link it down below. On top of my like cheetah clothes collection, I also have some cheetah accessories that I've had for a few years, just like collected because I thought they were cool. And I want to get better at styling like pops of cheetah instead of it being like a whole cheetah outfit. So I have this cheetah belt. So I have these cheetah kitten heels. How sweet. And they actually match pretty well. So sometimes I'll wear them together. These are Steve Madden, but anyway, I want to get better at just having like a pop of color, thinking about cheetah or any animal print as like a pattern that can be mixed. It doesn't need to be matched together. It doesn't need to stand alone. I figured out a way to like mix it with gingham, mix it with stripes. I don't know. I don't have it figured out yet. That's certainly a goal, to like be more playful with the cheetah and where it pops up instead of just being like it's a whole cheetah fit. Excitingly, we are also incorporating some new animal prints into the family. Another amazing Vinted find, this Ghani snakeskin jacket. I've had this exact jacket on my Pinterest board for a few years now, but a few weeks ago I decided to like actually try to hunt it down. Found one in my size on Vinted, snatched it up. The first day I wore it out, I'm not joking, every single person that I talked to complimented it. Someone even stopped me on the street and was like, "Where is your jacket from?" And that is unheard of in London. Like people do not talk to each other on the streets here. It was actually quite a bit of a culture shock coming from Minnesota, where everyone's like smiling and being like, "Hi, how are you?" People do not stop or even look at each other on the streets. And someone fully came up, tapped on me and was like, "Where the hell is your jacket from? It's amazing." And I was like, I know. This summer I thrifted a snakeskin bag. How sweet is this? The subtle like shimmer and gold to it. I think I got this for under £5 just at a charity shop. It is so cute and it's the perfect size to just like fit my phone in my wallet. Obsessed. And I like that this one is in kind of like a tan range as well, because in talking about mixing patterns, I'm like, this is in a similar shade as a lot of my cheetah stuff. Like, should we be doing snake on cheetah? Is that crazy? We'll see. Something I'm on the hunt for when it comes to animal print is cow print. How to do it in a cute way. I think this is one of those ones that gets out of hand, it gets a little trendy, it gets a little just like not super cute in my opinion. Another jacket that I've had on my Pinterest board for years is this one. Oh, so cute. And I know what the brand is because in the picture you can see the tag. I think it's Joe McCoy. And I think this is my next piece that I'm going to try to track down like the exact piece of, because this is so cool. If you have any ends, let me know. And for Western, my favorite, I love incorporating Western elements into my wardrobe. I've been trying to do this intentionally for a few years now, and I feel like I'm really getting on lock like what I mean when I talk about Western elements and what like subtle design things I think bring that about. You know that girl on TikTok that during the pandemic went viral for being like your 3 words in fashion? I think her name is Allison. I don't know what my 3rd word is, but I do think preppy cowgirl is definitely like a vibe that I am trying to embody both in fashion and in spirit. So here's where my mind is at with some Western stuff right now. Starting with my most economical vintage find. This was £2, and obviously I love the pink color. It's a men's top. You can tell by which side the buttons are on. And I think men's tops are great in general just because they tend to be more structured, but when it comes to like Western, what I like about this is how starched the collar is. It has buttons that pin it down. It's just a lot like sharper than a collar on a woman's shirt would be. It's not oversized on me, it's not baggy on me, so that means you can see the shape of it. But again, because it's not women's, it doesn't have like bust shaping on it, which I think would take away from the bit of that like masculine element when it comes to Western. Bolo ties, I have 2 and they're both glorious. My most recent find, I went to a vintage like warehouse in London and I got this. And this is one of the sweetest gifts that Grace got me. So she found this on Vinted like a year or so ago. It's like a proper bolo tie that has a horse on it. So you can go like this to make it longer, shorter. Absolutely genius, and I want to be styling these more. Okay, and this is like not subtle. Like I've been talking about like the cut of my cuffs and how I feel like it's giving Western or whatever. I can't not mention my cowgirl boots. These are my pride and joy. I got them for I think like £60 on Vinted. The brand is actually Urban Outfitters, and I'm not gonna like encourage people to shop fast fashion, but if you want to go on Vinted and find, you know, a pair of cowgirl boots that maybe someone is giving up, that's where these are from. And I think they're a great like classic pair. They're actually quite comfortable too. Like I walk miles across the city and I've never gotten uncomfortable with these. I often get questions about my cowgirl boots and like how to style them, how I found them, like how to choose a good pair. Of course, some people are getting tripped up with cowgirl boots these days is getting like too trendy of a version, doing it in almost like a costumey way. With cowgirl boots, unless you have like a very specific vision or a certain type of style where like a certain color is often involved in your wardrobe, I say just go black with white stitching. You can't go wrong, and then treat it like any other black boot. You don't need to have any like other matching Western things in your outfit. Just wear like any other outfit, pop these on, and it'll make it more interesting because it has these subtle things like the squared toes and the bit of stitching. You don't need to be going for like a full Western look. I think something like this can just like make a pretty plain outfit a little more interesting because it has the Western element to it, okay? Let's speed run through some accessories. This category doesn't really have like a theme other than that I'm ready to do it up. I discovered hair accessories like, I don't know, a year or 2 ago, and honestly, I don't know how I was doing my hair before that. Like, was I just like getting a haircut and letting it hang down, which is like fine. Just constantly have a hair accessory in now, so I'm a little confused like what I was doing before. Obviously my favorite hair accessory are these big old scrunchies. I make them myself. There's a free tutorial from Material Girls. There's a written pattern and a video pattern. I'll link both down below, but I have quite the collection going here. It's so fun finding different laces or just like serging the edges of cool fabrics. It's just so cute. It adds so much texture to your outfit. I think it's a cool opportunity to add in a bit of like a pop of color or pattern as well. In a pretty subtle way. Like you don't feel like you need to tie it in elsewhere in the outfit because it's just like a crown. You're just topping yourself off. Knitting and crochet wise, I've also designed and put out free tutorials for some knit and crochet scrunchie slash hair accessories on Material Girls. So for knitting, there's one with a ruffle and a bow. There's one that's kind of like a big donut that's striped, which I think is cool, especially for autumn, to just like crown yourself with something nice and fluffy. For crochet, there's this crochet bow, which is my current favorite crochet stitch, super cute. There's also a tutorial on how to make these super fluffy crochet scrunchies, which is super beginner friendly. And there's also an option to make it like checkerboarded, multicolored. Between all of those, you will not see me without a hair accessory this autumn. They're all super beginner friendly. You can do them very quickly in like an hour or 2. You can do them with scrap yarn. Like I just think it's the perfect project, and there's a pop of color. It's cute, it's practical, lots of options there, all free patterns. More hair accessory that I don't have a pattern for is I want to make a crochet flower for my hair, and I think these are so cute. I know they're quite easy to make, like I've watched video tutorials of them before. I'm probably gonna get the pattern that Josephine Daring has. She ties it around like her neck sometimes, which I think is quite cute and I could see myself doing as well. But on my Pinterest I have had this picture using it as a piece like around a ponytail, which I think is also quite cute. So that's on my to crochet list. Obviously as the weather gets colder, we need to chat about some winter warmth accessories. Hat of choice is the bonnet. I just think let's make a cute statement with it. Let's add a bow. It's sweet, it's very cute, and personally it doesn't mess with my bangs. They can still shine, whereas like other hats and beanies and stuff, it's not cute. It's not cute. So this is the perfect hat for me, kind of all around. I have a super easy classic knitting pattern called the Big City Bonnet, which I'll link down below. This is probably my favorite thing I've designed and my favorite pattern to do. Like every year I pull this pattern out and keep making new versions of it. I rarely make gifts for people, but this is something that I will make as a gift. First of all, because it doesn't take 40 hours. You can do it in like an afternoon, and also because I think they're just so cute. There's so many different fun color combinations that can happen here, and I personally find the pattern very like satisfying, so I like to kind of sit there and do it. For a crochet bonnet, earlier this year I put out a free tutorial, again through Material Girls. So there's a video tutorial, there's a written tutorial to make this Be My Baby bonnet, which is so sweet. And then for mittens, I don't care if this is nerdy, I like to match my mittens to my hats. So I have quite a few bonnets that like match a pair of gloves that I have. Looking for something that's in the same gauge as the two bonnets I just showed you. I also designed a free tutorial for these tabby mittens, which are inspired by like tabby shoes, but with your fingers. You can use the same yarn that has the same gauge as those bonnets, and you can make a little matching set. Lastly, just a shout out to socks and tights. No knitting patterns for this. Socks are kind of something that I'm refusing to learn how to knit. I think I will eventually, just because it would be interesting to learn the techniques involved in that. I just know I'd never wear them. I can't imagine putting so much work into something just to put it on like my foot and walk around all the time. So when I say socks and tights, I'm talking about colors, pattern, pairing them with cool shoes. I'm personally a proponent of socks and sandals. I think it's a great way to get more use of your sandals throughout the year, you know, when it's autumn and it's not totally cold outside, but you obviously can't be like toes out. Pop on a pair of socks, especially if it's colored, if it has a little ruffle, if it has some beads. I think it just adds so much interest. Also, like, I don't want people looking at my toes. So even in the summer, I'm known to do a little socks and sandals moment. I'm gonna play around with a lot of that stuff this autumn, and I think it's such a great like low budget way to add a fun accessory to your outfit and play around with things and just have a little fun without it being, you know, a big investment. Like honestly, I need a drink of water, but this was fun. I love seeing, especially in like the DIY fashion space, like how people are not only choosing their projects and what they're inspired by and what they're making, but how they're gonna style them further. I hope you found this at all interesting. I'd love to hear what you're doing when it comes to things that you're making and wearing this autumn. So if there's a project you just finished that you want to recommend, comment down below. If there's something that is on your to make list, recommend down below. I'm excited to look into all of it. Be sure to like and subscribe down below. The next video will be another vlog about what I'm getting up to as an artist in London. I'll also leave a bunch of links in the description to get involved with Material Girls, because there's a lot of free fun DIY resources there, as well as any relevant links about the stuff that I talked about. Obviously a lot of it is like Vinted finds that I can't link to, but patterns and stuff, go support those designers. I'll see you back next time. Have a good day.